everyone, welcome back to the Neat Game. This is Dr. Sumaya Khan back with another video on the digestion and absorption of the food. So today we are going to begin with another topic which is known as the digestion and the absorption of the food. So as you know guys, we are left with only 1 month with the exam. Today is 13th August. So first of all, I like to say all this to all the NEET aspirants to prepare well and to follow my videos to get the good score. So let's come to the topics that we are going to cover today in this video. So we are going to cover the topics, the alimentary canal, the mouth and its part, okay, the tongue, the teeth and its type, the dental formula and the structure of the teeth. Definitely you get one MCQ from this topic. This is a very important topic. This is the beginning of the digestion and the absorption of the food. So let's come to the human digestive system. So human digestive system consists of a series of organs and the glands. So series of organs are what? It is included in your alimentary canal, and we are going to study about the digestive glands also. So today I am going to begin with the alimentary canal, and later on we are going to go into the detail of the digestive glands and other structures of the alimentary canal. So here comes the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal is also known as the gastrointestinal tract. Okay, what do we call it as? Gastrointestinal, okay, tract. Gastro word is always used for the stomach, and the intestinal tract word is used for the intestine. Now this alimentary canal is a tubular structure. It is a tube. It is a muscular structure which is about 8 to 10 meters long. Okay, if we talk about its height, it is about 8 to 10 meters long in the structure. So you can see, consider that how long our alimentary canal is. First of all, it starts from where? It starts from the mouth, which is the anterior portion of your mouth. Okay, anterior portion is your alimentary canal portion, is your mouth, and it ends in a posterior portion, which is your anus. In between, there are a lot of structures, which is given in the figure also. Like first of all, anterior portion, I have already told you, it is a mouth or a mouth cavity, which is also known as the buccal cavity. Okay, another word used for this cavity is buccal cavity, or we can call it as oral cavity. Both of the words can be used for the mouth cavity. Then this opens into a pharynx. What is a pharynx, guys? Pharynx is a common passage. Okay, it is a common passage for both of your food, okay, as well as for air. It is a common passage for both of them. Both of them is going to pass through this pharynx. Then we have the esophagus. It is your food pipe, okay, through which the food finally reaches to the stomach. Then stomach is a bag-like structure where we are going to study later on about the gastric glands, a very important structures found in the stomach, which is going to help in the protein digestion. Then we have the pancreas. This is actually our digestive gland. Okay, this is our digestive gland because it is going to produce a different digestive juices, which is going to help in the digestion of the different components of the food. Then we have the liver. This is the another digestive gland. Okay, and one more thing which I will like to tell you here is that liver is the largest gland. Okay, it is a largest gland. Liver produces what? Liver produces secretions which is known as the bile, which is going to stored in the gallbladder. So gallbladder is generally a storage organ. You know, some people have the infection in the gallbladder or the stones present in the gallbladder. So sometimes they have to get the gallbladder removed. And if the gallbladders get removed, the bile directly going to go into the small intestine. It is not going to get stored in the gallbladder. Secondly, because we know that the bile help in the digestion of the fats. So if the bile function is going to be affected, how? If a gallbladder is being removed from any patient, this bile is going to work. But as the gallbladder is removed, the function of the fat is going to be affected because we do not have any storage organ remaining. So it is advisable for such patients to avoid a high diet which is rich in fat. So that is about the gallbladder. Later on, we are going to study about everything related to this in an upcoming video. But here, this is a brief overview of the different structures of the alimentary canal. Then comes your large intestine. Large intestine is meant for what? It is mainly helping in the water reabsorption. Okay, it is not going to participate in any digestion process. It is just going to help in the reabsorption of the water from the food. Then later on comes the rectum, and from the anus, the undigested food or the nitrogenous waste is going to be removed from the body. So this is a brief overview of the alimentary canal. Then we have the different parts of the alimentary canal. As we know, alimentary canal begins from the mouth. So mouth is divided into two structures. The first one is the vestibule and the second one is the oral or the buccal cavity. So if you look at it here in the vestibule structure, it is actually a structure which is bounded by our lips. You can see here, and the cheeks. And here is also vestibule and this is also a vestibule. In between there is a cavity which is known as the oral cavity, in which what is present? In which we have a presence of the teeth plus we have the tongue, which is both of them very important in the digestion of the food. Now, let's come to the oral cavity. So what the oral cavity is about? So the oral cavity consists of the structures, different structures. The first one is the palate. The two types of palate found in the oral cavity is your hard palate, guys, and the second one is your soft palate. Now, why the number, why the name as hard palate? This is known as the hard palate and it is an anterior portion of your buccal cavity. Okay, it is the anterior portion. And this hard palate is hard because of the presence of the palatine bone in it. Okay, we have a pair of palatine bone located, and this structure or this bone gives a hard structure to the hard palate. Apart from that, if you look at the next figure, in the hard palate, we have certain ridges present. Okay, these are known as ridges generally, and these ridges are known as the palatine rugae. And this palatine rugae, what these are doing? What is the importance of these palatine rugae? These palatine rugae is actually helping in gripping the food. That means holding the food. Okay, gripping the food during the mastication when we are digesting the food or when we are chewing the food, to get the food hold, to hold the food, to grip the food, we have these palatine rugae present in the hard palate. Very important MCQ. Then another structure you can see here, the soft palate and the uvula. This is the posterior portion which is located in the buccal cavity, and uvula is a flap-like structure which is embedded. If you look at, open your mouth and see in the mirror, you find this uvula structure present. This soft palate and uvula together helping in what, guys? It is helping in the swallowing of the food, the first function. It is secondly helping going to speech when we are speaking or when we are swallowing. In both of them, these soft palate and uvula is going to function. Apart from that, a very important function of the uvula is uvula prevents, it prevents what? It prevents the entry of the food. It prevents the entry of the food into the nose. Okay, entry of the food into the nose. This is going to be prevented by the presence of the uvula because it closes our internal layers. Okay, what is it closes? It closes our internal layers present. Okay, so that when we are swallowing the food should not enter into the nose because we have a common passage present there. So this is about the different structures of the oral cavity: hard palate, soft palate, okay, both of them, and along with the uvula. These are the three main structures which is found in the oral cavity. And in the hard palate, we have the palatine rugae and presence of the palatine bone, which is a paired structure. Now, let's come to the tongue. Tongue, as we know that it is a muscular structure because it is made up of mucosa tissue. This tongue is attached to the floor of the buccal cavity. Okay, you find that your tongue is attached to something, base of your buccal cavity. That structure is known as the lingual frenulum. Very important MCQ. It is a repeated question. It is known as the lingual frenulum, and this lingual frenulum is made up of mucosa tissue. It is also mucosa tissue. So it is attaching your tongue to the floor of the mouth. So that, why? What is the importance of that? The importance here lies that it prevents the fall of your tongue. Okay, it holds the tongue at its position. So this is your lingual frenulum. Then in tongue, we have a lot of projections present. If you look at your tongue also, this also it can be easily visible in your tongue. That tongue has a lot of projections present in them, which we call as the papillae. Okay, now we have different types of papillae present. You can see here velate papillae, fungiform papillae, filiform papillae, and the foliate papillae. That means we generally have the 4 types of papillae. Now, what these papillae are doing and what is the function of them? So, first of all, we have the filiform papillae, which are smallest, okay, most numerous, that is, they are more in number. They have just a touch receptors. When you're going to touch them, you're going to feel them. They do not have any taste buds in them. So that is a, you know, a important and a highlighting point of the filiform, that they do not have any sort of taste buds in them. Then the second one lies the valate or the circumvallate. They are the largest one with about 100 of the taste buds in them. Then we have the third one is the fungiform, which is most numerous and mainly present at the tips of your tongue, and about say 5 taste buds are present in them. Why do we feel the sour, the bitter, the sweet, different tastes? Because of the presence of these papillae in the tongue, because they contain taste buds in them, which gives a sensation of the different tastes. You know, if I have eaten something today, then even after eating it next day or after 10 days or after 10 years, I can, you know, these taste buds, they keep a memory of it. Yes, that I have tasted this thing, related to this thing. So these taste buds are your sensory structures. They are going to help you in sensing the taste of the different food. Then the fourth one is the foliate. They generally present at the base of the tongue, and they generally get degenerate when we are in the childhood period. So they are degenerated in the childhood. Now comes to the teeth. A very important, because you know this is a repeated question. This question was asked in NEET 2018 also. That is, what is a dentition? Human dentition. Basically, this is included in a topic, human dentition. What type of teeth arrangement is found in the humans? The first one is the heterodont. Hetero is different. Okay, hetero, wherever you have word hetero, it means different. Hetero means different. So hetero means, why we are calling the human dentition as a heterodont, because we have 4 different types of teeth present. We have 4 different teeth arrangement present in our teeth, or you can say 4 different types of teeth are present in our oral cavity. So that's why human dentition is known as the heterodont. The second one is the thecodont. Theco means when something is fitted into something. You know, you have certain base and you have fitted something into that. So thecodont means actually our teeth is embedded in the socket of the jawbone. We have a jawbone which is holding our teeth. So that leads to the thecodont arrangement of the teeth. Then the third one is diaphragm. Diaphragm means 2. We have 2 types of teeth. First of all, about, you know, till 24 weeks, okay, after the birth of the child, we have a presence of the teeth which is known as the milk teeth, okay, and we call it as a deciduous teeth also. Both the words are used for this, deciduous teeth or the milk teeth. They are going to later on replaced by a permanent teeth in the adults, which is known as the permanent teeth. So we have 2 types of teeth in our lifetime. That is, first of all, milk teeth, which is also known as deciduous teeth, which is going to later on replaced by the adult teeth. Okay. Now, this is the different types of teeth. I told you that human teeth is heterodont in structure. So why do we call it a heterodont? Because we have 4 different types of teeth present. We have, first one is the incisors, which is meant for the cutting. We have the canines, which is for the piercing. We have the premolars, which is for the crushing, and molar for the grinding. So we have 4 different types of teeth present. Now, another important MCQ which I like to tell you here is about the bunodont. Okay, what is the bunodont arrangement of the teeth? Humans also have a bunodont arrangement of teeth. If you look at the structure of the teeth, you know, most of the teeth are just, you know, flat at the base. They're not just a pointed structures, they're little flat from the top. So this type of arrangement of the teeth is known as the bunodont arrangement of the teeth. Okay, what we call it as bunodont arrangement of the teeth. So this is another important MCQ we have here. Now, let's go ahead further. Now, here comes the dental formula. Okay, so what is your dental formula is doing? Dental formula is actually important for what? It is, you know, giving you a 2 types of teeth. Like in adults, we have 32 teeth. Okay, in adults, we have a presence of the 32 teeth present there. Then in the childhood, we have a 20 teeth presence. Okay, 20 teeth and a 32 teeth in the adults. Okay, so do you get my point? So for humans, what do we write? We write 2123 upon 2123. This is the arrangement of the teeth in the one side of the jaw, you can say. And similar to the child, we have 20 milk teeth present in them. We write it 2102, 2102. Somewhere you find it 2120 also written. So both of them is correct. But you have to remember that the child do not have the premolars in them. Okay, child teeth do not have a premolars in them. Later on, it is going to be fine when we going to get the permanent teeth. Now, structure of teeth, very important MCQ questions come from the structure of the teeth. So tooth consists of basically three regions: the crown, the neck, and the root. So what are these: crown, neck, and root? So coming to the crown, so if you look at the crown, it is first of all the exposed portion of the teeth. What, guys? Exposed portion of the teeth. And this crown is made up of a shiny whitish substance which is known as the enamel. It is the hardest substance known in nature. Okay, or you can say it is the hardest substance found in the human body. And the cells which is going to form the enamel, this is the important thing here, the cells that is going to form the enamel is known as the ameloblast cell. These are the cells which is going to form the enamel. Another important point about the enamel is that it is made up of the calcium hydroxyapatite. It is made up of calcium hydroxy, okay, apatite. It is going to form your enamel. That's why it is a hardest substance known. So three main important points about it. First of all, a crown is covered by an enamel, which is a whitish hardest substance known. It is made up of calcium hydroxyapatite. The third point is that it is formed by a cells which is known as the ameloblast cell. During the development of the teeth, these ameloblast cells is going to form the enamel. Later on, they are going to get disintegrated from where it is present in the teeth. Now, next structure, dentine. Dentine is actually a tooth forming structure. Okay, it is a tooth forming structure, and this dentine is actually formed by a cells which is located just below the dentine is the odontoblast cells. So odontoblast cells forms our dentine. It is going to form the dentine, and these dentine below this, they are lying just below the dentine. These odontoblast cell layer is present below the dentine. Now, after that, in the center of the dentine, if you look at it, the center of the dentine, where I'm moving my cursor, you can see here is a cavity present, which is known as a pulp chamber or the pulp cavity. You can see here the red and the blue. What is it indicating? It is indicating a lot of supply of the blood vessels here. So pulp chamber is actually richly and lot of supplied with the blood vessels here. Then you have the neck portion. Neck portion is covered by a gum, which is a fleshy structure, which is also known as the gingiva. Okay, it is also known as the gingiva, which is covering our what? It is covering the neck structure. Apart from that, we have next thing here coming is the root. Root is the structure which is holding our teeth. It is holding our teeth, and what is helping in holding the teeth into the root is the cementum and a periodontal ligament, which is also known as the periodontal membrane. Both of them is going to hold your root. I told you that we have a thecodontal arrangement of teeth. That is teeth is holded in a socket of the jawbone. So that is jawbone is holding a teeth. How? With the help of the cementum and a periodontal ligament. Whenever we are going to chew the food, some stress is going to be present in the teeth. So that stress is also being taken by these periodontal ligaments to prevent the stress on the teeth, so that any damage might not occur to the teeth. So cementum and periodontal ligament is going to hold our teeth and is going to minimize the stress on the teeth. So these are the three main parts of the train: crown, neck, and root, and each of it has its own importance. So this is about the structure of the tooth. Definitely we'll get one question from this portion, what all we have discussed here in this MCQ, or you can say whatever we have discussed throughout this video. So guys, do follow this video. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel, which is a neat game, and keep follow my channel for more videos. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much.